Yo, what's happening? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be looking at the markets, and we just had an intense session with the private members, the mastermind members, and it was a bit more insightful in terms of I noticed that a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that we're doing, we're not really it's actually getting more heated within the mastermind session compared to YouTube's and stuff. But we make sure that whatever that we can bring to the table, we do help out, and we do make sure that we bring to the YouTube videos or to the YouTube channel that we've got going on. That's why today's purpose, you are going to be seeing what you can expect from US30, from GBP JPY, and as well from gold. And one thing that I love is that we are going to be scaling that throughout the whole week. So you're going to be seeing most moves that are speaking about how we're going to execute them and how we are going to be moving forward with this. But for now, one thing that you can do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Obviously, if you are going to be finding value, and as well like this video, comment below what you're seeing or what you're looking for the week. And I just cannot wait to see how far your journey is gonna be.
The course has been very valuable so far, bro. Like I can't even like begin to tell you, in words how much of a difference it's made in my trading. Like before I started the course, but I thought I knew one, two, three, like or I had an idea.
Yeah.
But then when jumping onto the videos or going through the course, what I chose to do is try practice trading while learning the course, and obviously through that, obviously taking the techniques that you've implemented in your strategies and so forth, basically in the course, and I'm obviously implementing those.
Nice.
So that's what's made the biggest difference for me, buddy. I won't lie to you.
I love that. I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, I think application is the most important thing, because you can learn and you can see what's going on in there. But if you don't apply it, then it won't really work. You will still be getting the same results. So with you, like in terms of you now speaking, as you go, you're applying. That's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, and it's valuable, bro. Like I don't know, the advice you're giving, it's priceless, man. Thanks, DC.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate. No, I just make sure that it's literally like step by step as possible. So even on my side, it's something that I can refer to like from myself. Like when I feel like I'm losing track or what am I doing and stuff. I refer to it like yeah. Yeah, on the dollar index the past week, obviously we've printed a beautiful double bottom. This first being our first bottom, this being our second bottom. And I remember when price was still around here, we saw this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Price went up. So it's now still progressing towards our direction. So now remember, we're not market makers. We can't always want to define where the market is going to turn. I can't say the market has to turn and come back down here. But for now, one thing that I'm seeing is that the market has given us that breakout all the way up until which is here. So we're looking to buy up until this area here. So when I come down to the 4 hour, one thing that I can see on the 4 hour is, obviously this area being our resistance and price coming back up to, it broke above it impulsively. And now with these movements, I can see price is almost like retesting this support, previous resistance now being support. And obviously don't be perfect in terms of, it can be within structure. Let's say now if I put this like this, it can be within structure and everything. But because of the fact that I've got my management line here, it makes perfect sense for me to understand that yes, it can go down a bit, some up until here, which now it can respect this resistance, and then it will bounce back and go a bit more up. But if I do not see that, the only time I would, see a sell is if price come here and then, maybe retest somewhere here and then go back down. That's the only time now I can start seeing sells, once it does only something more like this, or once it just breaks below and then goes down here. So that's one thing that'll make me start seeing sells. But for now, if I may even go to as low as the 1 hour chart, right on the 1 hour chart, you can easily see that. Let me just remove these. You can easily see that with this being the first touch, second touch, now here at the third touch, price came impulsively, gave us this undecided candle, gave us the next hammer, followed by an engulfing candle. And yeah, with this, what I'm seeing is price just continuously moving upwards, and I'm basically just going high. And if I may even just have this here, once it does happen to break above here, because here we are, it's a critical area in terms of, look at this. This is previous support here. So now we are at resistance and the price couldn't break above. So once we close above this area and once it close above this line, then that's when we're gonna start seeing price shoot and go all the way up, which means that now we can obviously sell. I mean, we can buy here. We can as well even take a buy on US 100. We can sell Gold, we can be looking at sales at gold, and now GBP JPY will also cover what we're looking for here. So let me come to US. So US 30, same thing on it, we can see price came from the support area, double bottom structure here. Price is now nicely moving upwards. And just by looking at it every 4-hour chart, you can see what happens. Like, with this 4-hour chart, with this 4-hour candle, 4-hour candle, there's actions that with just one candle, we can see price hitting all the way up to here. And the reason I have this, I think it's because I used my advanced trading strategy to take profits of, our first trade, where we just took price from here all the way down to here, all the way down to here, and we could see that price tested all the way up to, like, this is the X leg, the A leg, the B leg here, and we can see price tested all the way up to 61.8 instead of a 50%. So what I do is that I notice it's not a Bentley, but it's a Gatly, so I'll use this, and I'll just come here and come all the way up to where it tested, which is here, come all the way down to here, back to A. And then on the 127, which is right here, you can see this is where I have my red line. On the 127 is where entry should be. So with me, you can easily see that this is where I see my neckline being at, I mean my entry. So for a sell, my entry for a sell. But what it does is that I'm not, obviously when the market is progressing or it's shooting to the upside or momentums are to the upside, there's a high chance that you might see a sell pattern. But at the same time, when you're seeing a sell pattern, remember that that sell pattern can fail. It doesn't mean that it's going to work. So I feel like that's just something that we need to understand, that whenever you see those things happening, it doesn't mean that the market is not going to move or it is going to move. It can fail, but you can use that in terms of guidance. That's why sometimes it's not advisable that you trade, or when you see a pattern that's selling, you shouldn't run too quick in terms of wanting to sell off that pattern. Okay. Make sure you guys can see my screen. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So with this, what I'm seeing is price coming all the way up until here, and then from there we went all the way up. This is our overall target. But even if we come here and we make profits coming here, we can make so much, because this is on the 4 hours. So imagine when you put on the 15 minutes, what all these pips would mean. But I'll show you guys how we can make so much. And obviously, if the dollar index does that sell move, that's when we might as well see a sell also here. But that's only if the dollar index does that sell move. So that's if the market doesn't progress to the upside. So it means that we have to change and look for sells. And if we're looking for sells, it might not be as beneficial, but in terms of profits, we might not make that much, but something like this would make sense depending on how you catch it. So, but for buys, let me just show you what I'm looking for. Price might just play around there, and as soon as it plays around there, once it decides that it commits to a buy, what it is would have this buy, and I'm our first take profit. Look at it. I'm all the way from 3.8%, and our overall take profit, which is our goal coming here, we can make close to a 7.4%. But even if we come here, this still makes perfect sense, because if you're taking let's say you risk 1,000 for a trade, this can give back 3.8 thousand on just a single trade. And as well, this one here, it can give close to, let me just see, this one here can give close to 6.9 when you're risking 1,000. So in total, you've risked 1,000, 1,002, so 2K, but you've been able to make 6.9 here, and here you've been able to make 3.8, which in total is like above 10K, with just you risking 2K. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing on US 30 in terms of risk management wise, how good it is for us to actually execute, and as well in terms of which makes sense, because at the end they normally say that the markets is like the casino. It's the markets always wins, or the broker always wins, is what people would say. But yeah, if you have a better edge towards it, you can always make a way that whenever you win, you win a lot. So that's what we're focusing more on, maximizing our returns. But let's take a look at GBP JPY for our year. So what I see here is obviously price came back on this double top. Same price came here on this previous actually on the daily it's like a triple top type situation, because we have 1, we have this 2, and we have this 3. Let me just move this. We have this 3. But on the 4-hour, you can see it's a clear double top. The 4-hour, clear double top. Sorry, clear first peak, second peak, price retrace, done everything that is right. And also, if you must just add this management line like this, you can easily see that no, first touch, second touch, third touch, we're breaking. And once we break, guys, this is the sell that we're looking for. All these pips. Let me just start from where it's at to look at our take profit. Obviously, this would be our first take profit, and stuff, but 150 pips for a first take profit, which you can take a day to hit, and all the way down to here, 380 pips. So we can enjoy this sell off. But coming to the 4 hour, 1 hour. So in the 1 hour during the week, we took a sell. It was here. We were hoping for price to retrace and test here, and give us that sell off more like this. Already had a beautiful risk reward, but the sell didn't play out. Instead, it went high, and we noticed that it was only a huge expansion type of edge. So with this, one thing that we could have done is when we saw this have this candlestick that came here at the top, we could have obviously just put a sell stop below it, because now this would have made perfect sense also in terms of risk to reward, the pip stop. And obviously maybe now we would have already been in a 1% profit. Here already would have been looking 3, and all the way down we'll be looking at it close to 6. But it's okay. These are one of those things that are going to continue going down for a long time. So one thing that I'll do is that I'll just maximize, look here, focus more on this, and you can see price here. We've got this area, price broke above. Now it's coming back down. So it's more like me just having my stop loss be above here, and sell below candle close of this movement, London session, and from there we're gonna be going down up until take profit here, which is a 4.7%. But there's a high chance that we might as well go all the way down to here. And not even that, I love these trades. The reason I love them so much is because of the fact that this would just open up doors for more opportunities. So what I mean is price would go down, break, do something more like this, do something like this, and when it does this, I sell off once again. Yeah, I saw stop loss somewhere. Yeah, take profit still here, but I move stop loss of this to here in profit. So you can see that something that would have been a 4% has now been flipped into a 10%. So if I would have made, let's say, lost 1,000 to make 4.7, right now with the 6K coming up, and I'm locked in the profit here, and I'm risking another 1,000, let's say, for instance, I would have now been able to flip this over to like what, 10.7, 10,700 in profits, even though I just risked in total basically close to a break even, because I would have been in profits here. So it's more about maximizing the profits that we have going on. But that's what I'm seeing on GBP JPY. And yeah, let's see gold. So with gold, same thing, coming back up from here. We saw this beautiful sell-off that price gave us. Just move this. The sell-off here went down all the way down to take profit, which is here, but we are still coming all the way down to this take profit here. And from that, what happened is that we can easily just try to extend all these lines here and see. You can see first touch here, second touch, first touch here, second touch, and here being our third touch of this huge 4-hour candle here. And from there we might continue seeing price shoot all the way down up until take profit, which is here, take profit, which is all the way down to here. So that's what we are seeing on the 4-hour. So it's more about entry, but going all the way down to the 1 hour. All the way down to the 1 hour. So what we're seeing here is, let me just lock this up. Normally when trades play out, I just love using them to help me in terms of reference, or almost like to help me know what it is that I'm looking for in the market. So I can see these cells played here. That's why I kept them. On Friday, we took a cell somewhere here. The reason I took it was also because of I saw this, boom, boom. So I was seeing price be ready to go here. And what I done is, no, we took a sell here, not here. We took a sell here. I remember price came up when it was here. It retested, it came back down. I put a sell stop here, stop loss here, stop loss here, take profit here. This reward makes perfect sense. And yeah, it activated us. It went down, it went down, it went down. It was in profits. And after this candle, this is where I could have, after this candle, this is where I should have just moved my stop loss to just above this candle, almost like this. But I just didn't do that, and boom, this candle took us out, and this is what we saw. but it's okay. I learned from it. I know what I should do now. So what's happening here is with this, I noticed that it also gave us sort of like an advanced type entry, as you can see here. So I just didn't want to take it on Friday. I didn't want to close the market like that. But you can see I take it as like, this being our X leg, our A leg, and our B leg here, which is the 50 leg, and obviously coming back down to the 88.6. So with this being said, I was looking at the sell here on the 88, but I just chilled with it because obviously now we would have been in profits, minor profits, stop loss obviously just above here, and our first take profit would have made perfect sense, 7%, and us coming here would make much more better sense, which would be a 12%. But what I'm seeing is price after this engulfing, I see price just coming back up, maybe giving us a double top. And once it is giving us the double top, then we might see price pushing downwards, or I might even go to as low as the 15 minutes and wait for almost like now you can see you've got this be almost like a left shoulder, a right shoulder. If it gives us a right shoulder here, and then it goes down, what I'll do is I'll just have this be in my neckline. Let me just show you neckline like this. And once this is my neckline, I'm gonna sell once it breaks below, and stop loss just above this neckline. And yeah, this would be my risk. And in terms of the reward, oh, this would be my first take profit right here, 4.8, 4.4. And overall would be coming down to close to a 8% on just the single trade. So that's what I'm actually looking at. That's what I'm looking for on gold. And yeah, I'm just excited, besides that, if anything happens, like, in terms of buys, I'm not looking for buys now. Like, I understand that maybe price can go up. If, obviously the dollar index doesn't play out, which means that everything's gonna now start changing for me. It means that now I'm gonna have to wait for a breakout, a retest after the breakout, and now I'm gonna start taking the buy. Let's say, if that happens, it means that this would happen, break above, come back to retest, obviously also retest here, and then when this does happen, that's when I'll take a buy, stop loss, depending on how the candle would have moved, and take profit maybe even here, something more like this. So yeah, that's actually what I'm seeing it on gold, US 100, US 30, and as well GBP JPY. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are here on it. Let me just see some chats that you guys sent. Let's see about which candle should we focus more on in terms of risk entries. Risk entries, I would say hammers or also engulfings. So anything that's more like a hammer or an engulfing, perfect, it's good to go. Here I can see engulfing, rejection, and candle math is very important. That's very true. 100% answered. I usually enter on the 1 hour chart if I do a candle math. Should I also look at 2 hour chart to confirm that particular candlestick formation? Yes, when you start, but also try to use candle math with your naked eye. It helps very helpful. Yeah, that's actually true, because with candlestick, like, for me now, I don't have to, like this, for instance, I don't have to go to the 2 hour chart to see what this is. What this is to me is just what is it? It's more like let me just do this. It's more like a hammer. Let me say it like that, because this price from here, this doesn't exist. It's a hammer, it's a rejection that's at the top. And what exists is the open, which is here, and then all the way up, which is the high, which is the rejection, and the close, which is here, open close, which means this is the hammer. This is the head, and there's just a long wick. That's just what I'm understanding. And even if maybe let's just go on the 2 hour to see what it is that I'm saying. 2 hour. Okay, yeah, you can see here's the candle. This is just a long wick. And yeah, so you can see how this is seen. This is like on the 2 hours, just us adding those mathematics, but I just saw that with the naked eye. I hope that you actually did get value, and excited that literally you started the video with us, and now you got here at the very end. So now one thing that I'm going to be needing from you is to once again share this video with someone that out there is trading, and that's just going to be it's going to give more light in terms of what they can expect for the week. But at the same time, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next YouTube video. I'll see you guys on the next
and I will definitely see you guys with the next YouTube video that's going to be coming up. Make sure that you stay tuned because value is only what I focus more on. So see you. It is this 2B.